Hey everybody, Crypto Mentor 99 here. Still early evening of October 22nd, and this video is about Litecoin. And I did one about a half hour ago on Amigo, and here we got the three amigos: Jay Snip 4, Bix Weir, Cliff High. And what I did on Amigo, I just showed you the video of what they were saying about it. So I didn't want to act like a smart guy and basically regurgitate what they said about Omisigo and Litecoin. So I'm going to do a little commentary like I did with Omisigo. But if you own Litecoin, I think you're going to be very happy after you see this 5 or 6 minute video. Here we go.
On your Litecoin, I think your Litecoin prediction came out about the same time. Yep. Triple digit. I just sent out a video. Litecoin, because Bitcoin has risen so much, the Bitcoin to Litecoin ratio is hit 100 to 1. Very similar to silver. I mean, to me, it should be 4 to 1. Absolutely. It's 4 times as fast. It's 4 times as cheap. Everything, there's 4 times as many coins. Everything points to 4 to 1, if not better than that, for Litecoin in my world. And, when I analyze this coin, what should it be worth? And 4 to 1 is, Litecoin should be worth $1,500 right now. And it's sitting at 60.
Yep.
Right. So right now it's sitting at 60. Bix is saying, according to his analysis, it should be 1,500. So right now at 60, it's a buy.
Is that especially because of the problems with Bitcoin, really focusing on security rather than speed and cheapness of the means of
transactions.
Yeah, the transaction costs. Litecoin is sitting there jumping up and down saying, "Hey, look at me! Hey, look at me!"
It's in the end zone. Throw me the ball. Yeah. Throw me the ball. I'm over here, wide open.
And there's nobody guarding him, and he's sitting there. Just throw it to me.
Okay, but see, here's the thing, guys. Okay. All cryptos are not created equal at the network level.
Cliff goes into an explanation that if you're new to this, it may be a little hard to understand or over your head, but for some of you that do know, I think you'll be able to understand what Cliff's saying.
So I get sent all these things. I'll just divert for a second. I got sent another one today, new coin coming out, check it out, blah, blah, blah. And people are getting really inventive trying to get my attention on this stuff. I look at a lot of these, but here's a guy trying to say that, oh, well, we're going to make a coin that's intended to be a currency like Litecoin, and it's going to run on Ethereum network, and it's going to promise A, B, C, D, and be fast. And I can say, well, you can promise A, B, C, and D, but it ain't going to be fast every time Ethereum bogs down because of a new giant ICO that everybody wants to get into, and there's going to be a lot of those beginning at the end of next February, and it'll go on for a number of years. So basically for a number of years, your vision is not going to be realized because you'll be dependent on the Ethereum network. So this is really what the thing about Litecoin is, the stalling, so to speak, relative to the forecast, okay? It has to do with the adoption rate and the network effect that underlies the whole thing. So when Bitcoin came into existence, I didn't say shit for a couple of years. I told people about it, discussed it, did things, but I didn't recommend that people go buy it. And then one day it crossed a threshold relative to network effect, and I knew that I knew that there was at least a 50-50 chance that Bitcoin, even with state suppression, could continue to exist because it had crossed this level of network effect. And you can clearly see the network effect being generated. And so it had a 50-50 chance of becoming what it already is. And I didn't know that state would not suppress it. Had I known that, I would have been jumping up and down in 2011 saying, hey, everybody should be mining Bitcoin for, all you can do. Anyway, though, so that was like end of 2011. And now we're in a situation where Litecoin has got everything going for it, but it's missing a certain critical feature linguistically that has yet to appear. And I think this has to do with people not yet aware that it's standing out there saying, hey, I'm open, okay? And it's going to be a critical adoption feature. And then once it gets to that certain level of network effect, then the snowball effect part of it grows and grows and grows regardless, and you just can't stop it. Now, you can think of Bitcoin or Litecoin as being somewhat in the shadow of Bitcoin.
Mm-hmm.
And as a cryptocurrency, as a currency and a medium of exchange, it has all of those things going for it, but it's not yet considered to be a particular store of value. And it's positioned, the people that are within the Litecoin organization are positioning it as a payment medium. So it was probably, may have been way early relative to the continued growth of Bitcoin, but there's going to be the speculator group that will get the idea, oh, if indeed we are crossing out of the innovators into the early adopters, then there's going to be a tenfold to 100-fold expansion almost immediately in crypto space. Tenfold to 100-fold expansion almost immediately within crypto space relative to the attention. You're going to get that many more people looking at it. What that will reflect, that's the network effect. When you cross that into the early adopters. When that occurs, that may be a 5-fold increase in value monetarily. It might be a 1,000-fold. I have no idea. It depends on which set of eyeballs and whose attention we actually get in that movement into the early adopters. I think it shades towards the latter, maybe a 1,000-fold increase in monetary value, because the people that will be paying attention are specifically focused on saving their money now that the old system's dying, regulation, degradation of social order, all of these things.
So let me break this down for you a little bit. If you're new to Cliff's work and the way he speaks and some of the phrases that he uses, basically right now he's saying that roughly 1% of the world has any understanding about Bitcoin and digital currencies in general. Like they've either heard about it, they invest a little bit, but they're not really sure what blockchain technology is, how it works, an ICO. And he said, or he has said in the past, that between now, like, the fall of 2017 and the spring of 2018, say March, April-ish, okay, that 1% is going to jump to 3%, okay? So he's saying that there's going to be a 10 to 100-fold increase in the number of eyeballs that are looking at cryptocurrencies, that are looking at Bitcoin, that are investing in these tokens, and the network effect, or the effect that that's going to have, is up to 1,000% increase on some coins. You ready for this? Including Litecoin. And I continue.
Get all of these big financial people that are really paying attention to crypto space and will consider these guys to be our early adopters or among that group. So now we're at a situation where Litecoin, well, if we're going to have all these early adopters, they're going to start using the stuff. They're not going to buy and hoard. They're not hodlers like us, right? They're going to use the crap. They're going to want to use, Centric Card, Pay Token, all of these things. Get the card out and spend it at the shoe store. Send it to, Zappos to buy shoes. Go to Amazon and buy stuff with it, etc. Well, at some point, it will occur to people that the big money people that Bitcoin is not going to be the vehicle for that level of transaction, and there's got to be something else, and that's when Litecoin pops up, and so in their thinking. And Litecoin has a network that is robust enough to accommodate the rapidity of growth and the size of growth anticipated as we go, at least into the very early stage of the early adopters, in that 10-fold to 100-fold level of increase of attention. So the data seem to be suggesting, and they suggested at the same time as the mystery coin came out. So those sets were temporally linked. They were both gathered out of the data at the same time. They were both processed through the same time. They had the same level of emotional impact values that made them seem temporally linked to that immediacy value that would have placed them in August. So now we know that at least the mystery coin was shifted, that all the linguistics showed up, but relative to the interpretation, relative to the forecast, it was shifted by a couple of months, and it's here.
He's talking about this mystery coin that he had mentioned about 45 minutes earlier in the video. So I'm going to stop it here, but if you hold Litecoin, do your happy dance. And if you want to get some Litecoin this week, you can be doing your happy dance in the spring of 2018 and beyond. Hey everybody, Crypto Mentor, trying to add value to your crypto understanding. In a weird way, I kind of miss my crypto family the past couple days because I haven't been doing as many videos or answering as many emails. But I appreciate each and every one of you. Give me a thumbs up. Tell me what you want to hear, and we'll be in touch. See you, everybody. Bye.